Hello TK, welcome to your math lesson. To begin, we're going to get started by going over our objective. And remember, our objective is what we are going to learn. It's what we're going to be thinking about, what we're going to be focusing on today. And lucky for you, we have the same objective that we did yesterday. So when we were on live yesterday, we matched our quantities to their numbers. And today we're doing the same thing. So go ahead and repeat after me. I can match the numbers 1, 2, and 3 to their quantities. So remember, quantities, that's just how many are there, the amount. So for example, I have how many? What is my quantity here? I have 1, 2, 3. My quantity is that there are 3. So now that you know there are 3 here, I'm going to show you how counting up is going to look on our number line. RTK, so when we count up, when we use our number line, we are counting from left to right. Just like when we read from left to right. So we're going to start with our 0 because we start with nothing on our board. And then as I'm counting up, we are going to build that quantity. So right now, I put my 1 cube, my 1 square, on my number 1. And if I keep building, if I keep counting up to bigger numbers, I'm going to have a bigger quantity. I'm going to have more cubes. So now I'm going to put my 2nd cube on the number 2. And now you can see there is more squares. It's a bigger quantity. And if I put my last one, now there's even more. I counted all the way up to 3. 1, 2, 3. Now TK, if I count down, if I start from the 3 and go all the way down, I'm going to show less and less and less squares. Watch. So we're going to start with 3. We have 3 on our board. Now we're going to count down to 2. So I need 2 only. We're going to count down to 1. So I take that one out too. And now 0. I should have none on my board. Do you see? When I count up, the quantity gets bigger. And when I count down, it gets smaller. Good job, TK. So now that we went over our number line and how to count up and count down, we're going to go back to our objective and we're going to match our numbers to our quantities. So go ahead and take out your right numbers worksheet. You will also be needing a pencil. I'm going to use my marker because I'm going to write on my protective sheet, but you can go ahead and use your pencil. All right, so step 1, go ahead and write your name at the top. All right, TK, so now I'm going to show you a certain amount of stars and you're going to go ahead and trace that number. So first we're going to start with 0 stars. I'm not going to draw any stars in our box, which means I have 0 stars. So go ahead and trace your number 0 because right now I am showing you 0 stars. There's nothing there. I'm going to trace my 0. I start at the top, go around like a circle, and that's my 0. Very good. And look how I touched the top line and went all the way down to the bottom line. All of my numbers are going to touch the top line and bottom line. Okay, TK, so now go ahead and look here. I'm going to draw a certain amount of stars and I want you to trace that number. So I wrote how many stars? 1, 2. 2 stars. So now I want you to trace your number 2. We're going to start at the top, around, down, and back. Very good, just like that. Do you see how it touched the top line, went down, and back on the bottom line? Good job. Now I'm going to erase these stars. Now I'm going to draw how many stars? How many is that? 1 star, right? I drew 1 star, so go ahead and trace your 1 from top to bottom. Top to bottom. Good job. Now I'm going to erase this one, and we only have 1 number left. So let's see how many stars I draw. How many stars, TK? 1, 2, 3. 3 stars. So go ahead and trace your number 3 around and around. We go from the top line, middle line, and down to the bottom line. All right, TK, so now we're going to go ahead and complete the rest of our worksheet. We practiced our numbers all at the top. That was number 1. Now we're going to go down to number 2 and practice our number 0 one more time. So they're trying to show you right here that there is nothing, there are no animals in this spot, which means there are 0 animals because there's nothing there. So you're gonna go ahead and trace your number 0 from top to bottom. Go ahead and do that now. So once you've traced that 0, you're gonna go ahead and write your 0 2 more times. This is great practice for writing your numbers. We're gonna start on the top line. We're gonna go down to the bottom and back up. We're gonna try one more time. Remember, it does not have to be perfect. Start from the dot, top line to the bottom line, and back up. These are my number 0s because there is nothing here, like I said. Go ahead and go down to number 3. How many horses do you see? 1, right? There's 1 horse. So we're going to write our number 1. Remember, if you look at the top, this is how our number 1 looks like. From top to bottom. And then go ahead and practice your ones by yourself. And then once you're done with that row, you're going to go ahead and go down to number 4. How many cows do you see on number 4? How many cows are there? 1, 2. So then we're going to go up here, find your number 2. Oh, there it is. And you're going to write that number right here. We're going to start on the dot. We're going to go up, down to the bottom line, and back. That is our number 2. And you're going to do the same thing. You're going to practice 2 more times on your line. Good job. Go ahead and drop down to number 5. We're going to count how many horses we see. Ready? 1, 2, 3. There are 3 horses. So go ahead and look up here. This is our number 3. We're going to write that number down here. And we're going to go around and around. Good job. And you're going to write that number 2 more times on your line. Okay, so for your assignment, you're going to take a picture of your sheet with your completed numbers that you practice by yourselves. And you're going to also write a number down here, any number you'd like. It could be 0, 1, 2, or 3 down here. And you're going to draw that many puppies in your puppy house. So if you write the number 1, you're going to go ahead and draw 1 puppy. If you write the number 2, you're going to draw 2 puppies. And if you write the number 3, you're going to draw 3 puppies. I can't wait to see your completed worksheet. Good luck, TK.